Hi, I thought I would speak about the wonderful protests that have been going on around the country, where the English and the British really have sort of awakened, or are starting to awaken and realise um, that if we do not act now, our country is gone. And you got the mums involved, and once you got the mama bears involved, it's I think it's game over for the establishment. It's very very difficult for them to treat the mums the way they have been the dads and the sons and everything. So I am loving it. Wherever possible, keep it peaceful. Don't allow people in within you to be agent provocateurs, as they say. You know, they will put people in there. They'll mask them up, and they'll act all bad and cause more trouble and make you look bad. But anyway, but I think a lot of people know that now anyway. So the 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 it's finally turned in our favour, and there's no going back. But what lies ahead is bleak, very bleak. This doesn't get fixed just like that. And like I've been saying for a long time, you can't vote your way out of this. The only way voting will work is if the party you're voting for are absolutely going to do what they say they're going to do. And I mean, reform won't even say what they're going to do, will they? So, for those people that still think reform is your answer, it's not. You'll find out when they probably win the next election, and then don't do what you want them to do. I don't know, or maybe things change before then anyway. And maybe then those politicians have got no choice but to do what the people want, because it will be an obvious majority that are demanding it, and if they don't do what they say they're going to do, then they're in big trouble. Probably contradicted myself there, haven't I? But anywho, so me not speaking about this up until now really has been about, I don't think I need to. This channel gets very, very little reach. It's been censored really from very early on. I think, a channel like this was never going to grow large anyway, because it's just a bloke talking into his mobile phone in his car most of the time without a script and just sort of saying, this is what I think. And, so no production level. So a channel like this is never going to be a big channel. But I do appreciate people watch the videos and do comment. I appreciate that. Anyway, what what happens next, or what could have happened differently? So yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. There was a time, a long time ago, probably more than a decade ago, that the establishment could have avoided their own destruction, which is coming, if they had reversed what they were doing, admitted that multiculturalism, globalism is a failed experiment, and actually start undoing it, putting the British people first, and basically just allowing us to be successful without the fine, and making government smaller, basically, a more libertarian sort of angle. But of course they can't do that, because that's turkeys voting for Christmas. They've got their useful idiots that don't understand what's coming still. A lot of those, I've heard Carl Benjamin sort of say they're all idiots, and he's sort of right and he's sort of wrong. There's a few in there that are literally just useful idiots. They just go, oh, I get all, yeah, I say this, and they start believing, that was it. They smell their own farts, they start believing their own bullshit. And they don't realise they're just propped up by this machine. So there's those are idiots, but there's also a few, wily guys in there that know what they're doing, and they're on board with the mission. And these people know. So if they had have undone it, a lot of the people that are now woken up wouldn't have realised what was going on really, and would have just carried on, and things would have been a bit bad, and then it would have got a bit better, and they would have just carried on living. But now too many people know, and the establishment can't back down. They can't stop what they're doing. They have to go to the end, and the end is their end, I guess, or our end. Someone ends, and I back us to win. It doesn't mean I'll be very careful with my wording here. I am not promoting any violence or anything like that. I'm just saying the horrible time is inevitable. You can't stop it. It's going to happen. Nothing can prevent it from happening now, unfortunately. And there's just it's just the way it's going to be. Be prepared. Be prepared. Do everything you can to survive what's coming, and then, but then also be useful when we got to put everything back. Don't just expect it to just be great. Instantly. We're going to have dark times, and young people are going to have to really graft, and also those of you out there that are living off of welfare, you might be on side. I'm sorry to say that I think that's going to come to an end. You need to be prepared for that to stop. You may have very valid reasons for what you're doing. I can't judge a whole group of people, but I've grafted all my life. I still graft. I'm in my 50s. I'm going to work now and I'm absolutely exhausted. And I think there's a lot of you going to have to realize that that's what you're going to have to do. And whatever sort of barriers you've had in the way, whatever disability, you're going to have to work out what you can do to be useful. Sorry. And it's, so it's going to be a horrible time followed by a less horrible time when we rebuild, and then our grandchildren may really reap the benefits of what we've done, and maybe they'll look back with pride with what we've done for them. Anyway, that's it. That's a bit deep. Anyway, speak to you soon. Bye.